I'm Krista and this is Amiens house. Welcome to this week's update video. It has been donkey's years since I've talked to you. I have lost track of when we last talked, but I need to give you an update. So let's do this. It is the end of September and there's a few things that have happened, and the biggest one is just ahead of me. So let's go see what's been happening over here on the front lawn. So as you can see, there's tons and tons of massive piles of dirt and a massive trench down the front yard. No more pigs. They've been moved to their winter home, and a big trench coming from the house going all the way down there. It's 6 feet deep. This is our geothermal pit. It is going to heat our house. The way that works is that it keeps the ground is at a constant temperature of 11 degrees or around 52 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we pull the heat from the earth to heat our house in the winter, and we push the heat from the house back into the earth during the summer. It's a cleaner source of energy to help heat and cool our house. We will be spray foaming the house, so that also assists with keeping the house heated. And it's not 100% clean energy because it will have to be run off electricity. However, if we ever could afford solar, that is a way of making sure that we can hopefully get off grid one day and be more clean and at one with the earth. Just over here at the top of the garden, we have moved the layers so that we could work on the herb garden, and I'll show you what we've done there in a minute. Still need to get strawberries in. Was going to do that today, but that just didn't happen. So the layers have been working on just cleaning up this perennial garden, which you can see they've done a fantastic job. The asparagus looks so much better. The kids pulled the rhubarb, but they cleaned up all the weeds of the rhubarb. Just past there was where our potatoes were, and we're about to plant garlic next week, Thanksgiving weekend. And so they've done a lot of cleaning up and getting it ready, and we'll be moving them out next week so we can do garlic. And then just on the other side of the chickens is the garden. And if you would like to check out the garden, I did a garden tour 2 weeks ago, so I will link that video below and you can check it out there. As I'm walking to the back of the property, I'll just give you an update. Mostly what I've been doing in the last month is canning. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll be seeing, especially my stories, that there has been a lot of kitchen days. I've done a lot more canning this year and I'm loving it, and it's so exciting to put so much more food away, but it does take time. So I'm almost done that. I have one more double batch of salsa to do for the tomatoes and the peppers, and then I have a few little things like canning red pepper jelly, and I'm hoping to try canning potatoes this year. So we have a few things still left to do, but we're almost there. We're on the tail end of it, so that's very exciting to be getting closer to having that done, but it also means I haven't been taking a lot of videos here at the farm. And I'm just past the summer kitchen, and I'll turn you around so you can see who's here. The piglets over here. This is by the heat more so that they could clean this area up. These little devils have been digging since we've had all that insane amount of rain. So they're just cleaning up the weeds here. We didn't want to put them in the winter home just because if we did and they dug, then they wouldn't have any grass for the rest of the autumn. So they're here having a little bit of a holiday over here. So as we move towards the herb garden, you can see the meat chickens. This is our last batch of meat chickens, and they go in next week to the freezer camp. And we will be very happy to have a break from moving chickens every day. We've had a good season, but we're all ready for that to be done. And then if you check out the herb garden, at the back of the herb garden, Jeff finally built me a fence This fence has been in the making for a year. I'm super excited. We have people come and help even. All this boards at the front were reclaimed wood, so it's not supposed to be perfect or beautiful, but it's so exciting. And we bought the posts over a year ago, so they were expensive then, but not like ridiculously expensive last year. So that's super exciting that the fence now is done, and this is getting closer and closer to being a secret garden. We still need a wall on this side, but that's years in the making, but it's exciting, and the roses are growing up to have a nice hedge. I will be having a workshop for the echinacea roots this Sunday. We're going to clean that whole garden up, and we're going to harvest the roots with a whole bunch of people and have a workshop, and then I will be redoing these 2 beds in the back. Very exciting time. So I'm now just walking over towards the side of the house. So there's the laneway and the side of the house, and there's the front yard. This is where we keep the pigs in the winter, if you're just joining us for this first season. And we don't normally move them this early, but because they were digging up the front, we did have to move them. The cows still have access to this area, so we have cows coming up here through this lane. I don't know if I can show you without getting zapped. So this is the lane still for the cows, and then you can see Gustav is over there. The mums are right here. Then Walter, it's focusing on my finger. Walter and Bacon are behind that. And then there's another pen behind Walter and Bacon, which is where the piglets kind of will go until we do breeding, which means Gustav will come with the mums and everybody gets shifted. This area right here is a corral for when the cows come up, but then we will put the mom's house in there and make it really cozy so that they have a nice place and they're a little bit more protected. Walter and Bacon should be going to the butcher in another 4 or 5 months. So mid-winter they're gonna head out. Hopefully they grow just a little bit more. You can see with Waddle standing really close to Bacon, they're almost the same size. So they're almost full grown now. So we just gonna give them a couple more months and then they are off to the butcher. And then I don't think, we've had so much rain, so the cows normally are way down in there, but I don't think they're down there right now just because it's been really muddy and wet. If you are in southwestern Ontario, you know what the rains I'm talking about. If you're not southwestern Ontario, we had 75 millimeters of rain in 2 days. It was crazy. We are on sand, thank heavens, but we also are on a floodplain down there for the Sydenham River, so we did get a little bit of extra water, as we all do. So that's the update for, I think, all of September. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that if you have this beautiful weather for your autumn, that you are out enjoying it as much as you possibly can. And